Hello everyone, welcome to the videos. So uh, today we're going to discuss about streams of yoga. Okay, so uh, actually this is the second topic of the second unit. As I told you earlier, the first topic of the second unit is very similar or the same as the last topic in the first unit. Okay, so that is nothing but Ashtanga Yoga given by Patanjali. So that is the last topic of the first unit and also the first topic of the second unit. So we'll discuss about the second topic of the second unit, which is streams of yoga practices. Okay, so it according to the syllabus, we have got we have to discuss 5 different streams, uh, which is Hatha Yoga, which is the first one. Second one is Karma Yoga, and third one is uh, Bhakti Yoga. Fourth one is Gnana Yoga, and the last one is Raja Yoga. Okay, so these are the 5 different streams of yoga practices we're going to discuss in this topic. So let us see the first one, Hatha Yoga. So what is Hatha Yoga? As we see, according to Amaraga Prabodha, according to Amaraga Prabodha, a text which describes Hatha Yoga as control of breath. Okay, and mudras are used to control the breath. Okay, so what is the actual meaning of Hatha Yoga? According to Amaraga Prabodha, is control of breath. Okay, which is also a part of Ashtanga Yoga given by Patanjali, as we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, so so this describes about control of breath, and mudras are used to control the breath. Simply, giving some mudras with the hands. Okay, so with the hands, some any of these ways. Okay, so there are different types of mudras. We are not getting into that context right now. So we are only discussing about the meaning of Hatha Yoga. Now, if you see, the control of breath by the use of mudras is nothing but Hatha Yoga according to Amaraga Prabodha. So this is one of the meaning given by one of the texts. If you come to the next part of the same explanation, in between 14th to 15th centuries, according to Yoga Bija, I'm just underlining this so that you remember the text names. Okay, so according to Yoga Bija, Ha refers to sun. Ha refers to the sun, and Tha refers to the moon. Okay, so actually we have discussed about the meaning of yoga, right? So what is the meaning of yoga? Yoga is derived from the word yuj, which means union, right? So yoga is derived from the Sanskrit word, which means yuj, which gives the exact meaning of union. So yoga is nothing but a union of any parts that are away from each other. Okay. So now Ha refers to sun and Ta refers to moon. Now Hatha is the union of the sun and the moon. Okay, so sun and moon are nothing but not the according to yoga, not it does not refers to the planets. But some other way it refers to the planets, but it also refers to the energy from the right nostril and energy from the left nostril. So these are referred to the sun and the moon. Okay, so the union of this right nostril energy and the left nostril energy, which are nothing but which also refers to the sun and the moon, is nothing but Hatha Yoga. Okay, so actually in the ancient scriptures, there is no mention of the word yoga in the ancient scriptures. no word yoga is mentioned on the side of hatha. Okay? So it is according to ancient scriptures, uh, it is simply hatha, okay, or it is simply karma, okay, or it is simply raja, or it is simply bhakti. So later on in the after the uh, so after the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, they later on added this, Hatha Yoga, Karma Yoga, and everything. But according to the ancient scriptures, it is simply Hatha, Karma, Raja, Bhakti, and Jnana. Okay, so uh, and what do you mean by the word Hatha according to the ancient scriptures? So it is simply nothing but force. So Hatha simply refers to the word force. Okay, so this is according to the ancient scriptures, but also you can call it in any of the ways, Hatha Yoga or Hatha. So that is depends upon the practice and everything that it depends. Okay, so that is all about Hatha Yoga. And next comes the Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is nothing but discipline of action. Discipline of action. Now, there's nothing but when you're doing something or when you're thinking about something, you should not get emotionally attached to that particular thing, or you should not, uh, you know, uh, you should not wait for the or expect the good results. Okay, so you should accept the results the way they are. Okay, so for example, it might be a negative result or a positive result. You should never ever take it in a bad way or a negative way. Okay, so you do it. You have to perform the action. You have to perform the thought, or you have to think about the thought, but you should not expect the results, or as written here, does not get emotionally involved in the action being performed. Okay, so you should not emotionally get involved into the action. Okay, uh, being overexcited or upset or angry when the result is not as expected. So this is uh, Uh, so this is what the meaning of Karma Yoga. Okay, so you should not get overexcited. So you should not get upset or angry with the result because of the result is not according to your expectations. Okay, so this is Karma Yoga. It simply means action or thought. Uh, you should not expect the result. Okay, okay, so you should leave it. Okay, do it and just leave it. So that is what karma yoga refers to. Now we are seeing the other types of or the other streams of yoga. Now let us see the next type of next stream of yoga practices, which is a Raja Yoga. Okay, so Raja Yoga refers to the goal of yoga, which is nothing but the samadhi, the final stage of samadhi, as described in the previous topic. That is, samadhi is nothing but becoming one with the universe. So, Raja Yoga is nothing but the final stage of yoga, or trying to reach out to the final stage of yoga, or uh, to the goal of yoga. The goal of yoga is nothing but reaching to the point of samadhi. Okay, so that is what Raja is referred in all the ancient scriptures. In all the ancient scriptures, let us see one example of the ancient scripture, the Shaiva text. Okay, the Shaiva yoga text. Yes, the Shaiva yoga text, which has is in 12th century or earlier. It is written in 12th century or earlier. So, according to Shaiva Yoga text, the Raja Yoga name is given because it enables the yogin to reach highest point within oneself. Okay, so that is nothing but that is actually the meaning of samadhi. The person reaching to the highest point within oneself is nothing but the actual meaning of samadhi. Okay, so Raja Yoga by the meaning itself gives the it helps the yogin. It is a type of yoga which helps the yogin to reach to the highest point within oneself. Okay, so it is declared as a goal of yoga or a state of samadhi. The goal of yoga is nothing but reaching to the stage of samadhi. Okay, so in all the ancient scriptures, you see Raja Yoga referring to samadhi. Okay, this is just one of the examples, the Shaiva Yoga text that I gave right now. And when it comes to the modern days, Swami Vivekananda in 19th century, Swami Vivekananda in 19th century, okay, gave is a meaning of your Raja Yoga as Raja Yoga is nothing but the Patanjali system of yoga. Okay, or Raja Yoga as a yoga system of Patanjali. So he, in the Western world, he promoted or he spoke about Raja Yoga as a system of Patanjali. Okay, so the Ashtanga Yoga is nothing but the Raja Yoga. According to Swami Vivekananda, when he gave a lot of speeches in Western world, he mentioned about Raja Yoga as the Ashtanga Yoga given by Patanjali. Okay, now this is all about the meaning of Raja Yoga according to the ancient scriptures and one of the examples of meaning given by Swami Vivekananda in the modern world in 19th century. Okay, so next comes the Gnana Yoga. So Gnana Yoga is nothing but the path of knowledge. The path of knowledge. It states that the knowledge about the Supreme has to be obtained in a disciplined succession. Okay. This means, for example, if you take an athlete, okay, he will not directly be qualified to perform in the Olympics, right? So it takes a lot of days of practice to reach to that level of Olympic performance, right? So in the same way, nothing happens in one day. Okay, so you cannot gain a great knowledge in one day. So that is what Gnana Yoga tells us about. So everything is supreme here. So I'm just reading out the sentence again. It states that knowledge about the supreme. Okay, so supreme refers to God or nature or universe. So I mean, like there are different explanations for all these things. So that's a different context. So it states that the knowledge about the Supreme has to be obtained in a disciplined succession. So day by day process, right? So day by day, you gain some knowledge, gain some knowledge. After many long days, many days, about a year or 5 years or 10 years, and we are not talking about the time span here, but many long years. Okay, so you will be gaining that particular knowledge. So according to this statement, it is not in one day you're going to gain knowledge. It takes a lot of days, a lot of practice, so that you gain a lot of knowledge about the Supreme. So Supreme refers to God, nature, or universe. Okay, and also to reach to the Olympic performance, the levels of the Olympic performance, you need a master or a coach. Okay, or a teacher. Okay, so this is also mentioned according to Gnana Yoga. So a yoga practitioner needs to take a shelter of spiritual master. You cannot gain knowledge on your own. Okay, so that is what I mentioned according to Gnana Yoga. So first step is you will be gaining knowledge in a step-by-step process. in a day-to-day process. That is first point. And the second point is you need a spiritual master who helps you to gain this knowledge or to attain the great heights in knowledge. Okay, so these are 2 points to describe the meaning of Gnana Yoga. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Gnana consists of properly understanding of Kshetra and Kshetragni. Okay, so Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says that Gnana consists of a good understanding of Kshetra, which refers to the body, and Kshetragna, which refers to the soul. Okay, so we are not getting into the deep details of it, as it's a vast subject. Okay, so here I'm just giving the meaning and what are the scriptures, who are the persons who described about these streams of yoga practices. Okay, so this is about the third and fourth streams of yoga. Now let us get into the last type of yoga, or last stream of yoga practice, which is Bhakti Yoga. Now, let us see the last type of streams of yoga practices, which is Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga is based on the philosophy of love. Okay, so according to scriptures, they are mentioned about God, but in general, you can take this philosophy of love to anybody or everybody. Okay, so for example, might be a parents, might be a family, might be a friends, might be a spouse. Okay, so this philosophy of love, the Bhakti Yoga is completely based on philosophy of love. According to the scriptures, it is given the love towards the God, or complete surrender to the will of the God, is according to the scriptures. But in general form, in the general context, you can take it is based on the philosophy of love. To other person, you want to be good with. Okay, so according to the scriptures, Bhakti Yoga is a yoga of love, faith, trust, and complete surrender to the will of God. Okay, so this is the actual meaning of the given in the ancient scriptures. Okay, Bhakti Yoga is the approach to God through worship and adoration. Okay, so worship is giving some sacred, practicing all the rituals and everything that comes under worship, and adoration is loving Him and praising Him. That is what adoration or adoring meant to be. Okay, so anything praising the God, worshiping the God, complete surrender to the God, or any person that you love, okay, or everybody that you love, okay, so complete surrender towards them, or complete worship of them, complete adoration of them, or is nothing but it is in one way or the other you can refer to Bhakti Yoga, because it is based on the philosophy of love. Okay, so this is all about Bhakti Yoga, and with this we are done with the 5 streams of yoga according to the syllabus. Now, with this, we are also done with the second chapter. Second chapter only got 2 topics, which is about Ashtanga Yoga. That we have discussed in the first chapter itself, which refers to the same second chapter, first topic also. Okay, so you can take the reference of first unit topic, and second topic is streams of yoga practices. Okay, so these are only the 2 topics which are there in the second chapter. So with this, we are closing out with the second chapter. Okay, so if you let us get into the next chapter in the next video.